Hello and welcome to my channel again. If y'all recently saw the short that I did, those are fried tuna balls. Now you can try to do this with canned chicken instead. I haven't tried that. I could try it out soon, but for this time I did 3 cans of tuna with the water drained out, of course. And next I went ahead and added 2 large eggs. I added half a cup of breadcrumbs, a full tablespoon of minced garlic, my seasonings, and some spring onions. Once you have all of your ingredients in the bowl, you want to make sure to break up all of the big chunks of the meat. So I used a fork to kind of break everything down really nicely, and in a second you can go ahead and see how much I break it down. So now that we have everything mixed together really well, we're pretty much going to shape them just like meatballs. Now I am going to go ahead and include 2 ways that I shaped them, and you can just do whatever one feels natural to you. I did it one way just using the tip of my fingers, and then another way I kind of threw the tuna ball back and forth in my hands, and I just realized it was a lot easier and a lot faster to do it like this. I think by tossing it back and forth, it helped keep it from kind of being like an oval shape. But anyway, do whatever feels natural to you. This was just faster and easier for me. And the first 2 I did were the tuna balls and without any cheese. Once I was about halfway through the bowl, I went ahead and added about a half cup of shredded cheese into the mixture and mixed that in. These were a little bit harder to make because the shredded cheese was kind of not sticking as well as the other ingredients were, but it wasn't too much harder once I got used to it. So this is how I went ahead and did those. I also made them a little bit bigger, but this is up to your preference, of course. And then here they are all done. And now we're ready to fry them. So I decided to do a shallow pan fry. I personally am not super familiar with deep fry, so this is how I chose to do it. So first I laid them all in a specific order, so I would remember the order to take them or flip them and then take them off to keep things kind of evenly cooking, since it is so many on the pan. But I gave each side 2 to 3 minutes. Now, thankfully, since the tuna is already fully cooked, we don't have to worry about it being raw or anything like that. We just do it to the level of like crispiness that we want for the outside breading. And if it is your first time doing something like this, don't worry, we all make mistakes. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as you did it, as long as you tried, I'm sure it'll turn out great. And now that we're finishing up with the first batch here, this is how they turned out, and I thought that they looked pretty good. But I'm not gonna lie, my favorite was definitely the cheesy ones. So if you're gonna do this at home, I definitely recommend just doing them all like this and doubling up on the portion of the shredded cheese. And since these ones were bigger, I did about 3 minutes on each side, and I also went ahead and flattened them a little bit so that it would cook a little more evenly. When they're rounder, I had to rotate them more than the one time to get the sides as much as the top and the bottom. But again, this is up to you and whatever feels right. So after giving them a flip, when they were on their last side, I decided this was a good time to go ahead and get started on our little dipping sauce. So I don't have exact measurements here, but just looking at the bowl, I did about a half of it was portioned the mayo, and then a fourth of that would be the Dijon mustard, and just under a fourth I did some lemon juice, and of course you're welcome to do fresh lemon juice. Next I added some salt and pepper to taste. I would have done a little bit less salt, but the pepper was great. And then last I have some fresh dill in there, which was a really great addition. And I added a little bit more of the mayo, but it was still about half of the bowl in total was the mayo. And then you go ahead and give it a nice mix, and when you're done, it'll look really nice like that. It adds a really great flavor, especially since, again, these are little tuna balls. It complemented it really well. And look, now that the cheesy ones are done, that crisp, it was very good. I'm ready to make more. I already finished them so fast. and I definitely do plan on making more. Other than being super tasty, tuna is super affordable, especially when it's canned in the packs like this. So let me know what y'all think. Let me know if you plan on making it. I would love to hear any feedback, and thank you so much for watching.